Hello and welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the RDA. This is your press conference reaction ahead of the Middlesbrough game from Ralf Rangnick. So do smash a like, do subscribe if you are new. He was obviously asked many things, I thought. He was asked about obviously team news, the Greenwood situation, the transfer window, what he expects from his fullback. So we're going to get into everything. Let's start with the players that's available. Paul Pogba is available for this game. Ralf has said Paul Pogba is expected to be a part of this game, and he could even possibly stand a chance at being in the starting 11. Now, personally, that's a good thing for me. I don't know how some of you feel, but having Paul Pogba back is really good, and I think putting him in this game is a good thing. You know, he hasn't played a game for a very long time. He's going to be pretty rusty, so I would like Paul Pogba to possibly start this game. But I think at the very least he will definitely feature. So that's good to hear. It is good to hear. With other players, obviously Mason is not a part of the team anymore. Sancho is back. Tellez, he did say Tellez just returned, but Luke Shaw is probably going to start because Tellez just returned from Brazil. Bailly is back, but he's got a swollen ankle. Cavani is in Uruguay for another 2 days. For who knows what reason, I'm going to say that was Paul Pogba or Anthony Martial. The fan base will be on their high horses right now, but if it's Cavani, everything is fine, right? And that's just how it works. But yeah, Cavani is not available. Other than that, I do believe everyone is fine. Oh wait, Victor Lindelof, he did say as well, has been feeling a bit sick over the last 2 days, so he doesn't know about Victor, but everyone else is pretty much ready to go, which is quite interesting. You know, it's quite a few players missing and not being able to feature. He was also asked about players like Hannibal. Hannibal is supposedly going to be with the first team training regularly, and he could be part of the squad tomorrow. And this is an exciting thing. Lots of people want to see Hannibal, so maybe he would start. I don't know if he will start tomorrow, but it's good to have Hannibal. I said it in the preview that I would like to see more Hannibal because that's potentially a good player for the future. So in a game like this, you would like someone like Hannibal to be part of the squad, and I think he will be after he was done with his international duty. So that's all good to know. Then he was asked about the Greenwood situation, about how has it affected the players and stuff. He said, well, the players are human. Mason has been part of the squad regularly. He's been a regular starter, but we've had a good few training sessions, 5-day training session, and training has been normal. But the players are human, so interesting on that. I think Ralf, he did he said what he had to. You can't really speak much more about it, and it's a bit of a touchy subject at the moment, but I think Ralf handled it in a pretty good way. He was then also asked if the issues with Mason Greenwood were the reason behind Jesse Lingard staying at Manchester United, and Ralf basically said, well, it wasn't just that, but and this is where I don't really agree with Ralf, because Ralf is pretty much he's basically on the strings of the Glazers. The Glazers are just one way making him the puppet, and that's what he is. But he did say he spoke with Jesse, and it was not the case of Jesse wanting to leave 3 weeks before. But then things changed. Jesse said obviously with the World Cup coming up, you'd want to leave the club and get game time, and Ralf understood that, and he did say to Jesse, you can go as long as the club gets the right fee and all the right details are in order, and it's the right club, you can go. And then he spoke with the board, and he said with the last day to go in the transfer window, it just couldn't happen, and that he understood that the board's decision to keep Jesse Lingard and have him part of the squad until further notice, which is just basically just a nonsense, really. We don't really need Jesse, and Ralf really didn't pick Jesse all this time, and all of a sudden if we're going to start seeing Jesse Lingard, it's going to really make me question Ralf. And well, it just sums up everything that's been wrong with United over the past few years. It's just the ownership has got this club by the balls, really, and no one can do anything about it, which is the sad reality. And then also asked about how does he feel about not having a single transfer come in. He said, well, I thought the squad was too big, and it's good that we offloaded players. He says people like Donny, Ahmad, Martial deserves game time, and I agree, but he said the squad was too big, and he's fine with it. How are you fine with it with that midfield, Ralf? What's going on? What is going on? But anyways, also then he was asked about his role going upstairs, about Pochettino links. Again, Ralf is like that. He doesn't really know anything. He hasn't spoken to the board or anything. He's focused on training and getting this team ready for the next games and getting the best possible results he can. So pretty much shrugging off all that paper talk, journalist talk, just putting it away. But we obviously know the links are there. The links are definitely there. And then also He was asked about the fullbacks. What does he expect from his fullbacks? Ragnick said, "This is what I want to see. Offensive fullbacks playing almost like wingers do, and at the same time be modern defenders, winning one-on-one duels and switching sides from one side to the other when having to mark." So, pretty much reiterating just that he likes attacking fullbacks, and if he likes attacking fullbacks, Tellez and Delo are clearly his first choices then. I would think the fact that also he said that Luke Shaw will definitely play this game and Tellez just returned kind of almost is like a hint to say, like, yes, Tellez is still going to be my number one left back, even despite Luke Shaw being as good as he was in the past, whatever the form he's been in. He still likes Tellez and he does like Delo. And I think I've seen some stats today actually, showing how good Tellez and Delo have been defensively, but also offensively. So as much as we're not thinking Tellez has, for some reason, be that solid at defensively, his numbers are there to prove it. So fair play to him. And yeah, that's about it from the press conference. Really, quite a short press conference. I can imagine. Quite, I think it was a good press conference. I think he handled everything well, and I think that he talked about everything we wanted to know. Team news, Pogba update, all of that, the Greenwood thing. He dealt with it all, the transfer window. Some answers are not what we would like as United fans, but it is what it is. So not a bad press conference in my opinion. Let me know what you think of his press conference. Let me know what you think heading into this Middlesbrough game, and I'm just glad to have Paul Pogba back. But I'm very excited to see him again. But yeah, if you did enjoy it, do smash a like, do subscribe if you are new, and I shall see you all again soon. Goodbye.